Hello guys, this is Mtobisi Saxolo. I'll be teaching grade 10 information technology. Our today's topic is about variables and conversions. I will do a couple of conversions, a couple of calculations about conversions. Let me go to slide 2. Slide 2, I just wanted to explain every variable in detail. I did explain them on the previous lesson, but I felt that I should just emphasize it today on this lesson. Okay, the first variable that we have is an integer. An integer includes all positive and negative whole numbers without decimals. For example, 1, -1, or it can be 19 or negative 19,000, any number that is negative or positive that doesn't have a decimal is called an integer. And then we've got reals. Reals are all positive and negative integers, rational numbers, irrational numbers with or without decimals. Example here for 7.888, 28,000, -1,000. All those are examples. A string are all, I would say a string can be words, can be all the alphanumeric characters that are included in the ASCII. All of them, we can call them string. To see a string or to indicate a string in a program, you have to put it under quotation marks. As you can see here, I made an example here, name, it's inside quotation marks. Word or words, it's inside quotation marks. Here is a phone number, it is inside quotation marks. Here I've just put some characters, at hash, dollar sign, it's also inside quotation marks. So that's how you indicate that this value is of string in the program. Okay, and then we come here, we've got a character. A character, I would say maybe it's an alphabet, A, S, this sign. As you see, a character and a string have something in common. It has these quotation marks and the string has a quotation marks too. So this thing, these two can relate. And then we've got a Boolean. A Boolean can store only one of two values. It's either you have got true or false, or you have got yes or no. You have to have two values and it can store only one of them. All right now I want us to open Delphi and do more activities about variables. Okay, let me share the screen. Okay, I just want to open a new program here, new VCL form, save, no, I don't want to save this. Okay, so we have our form here. Remember, if we want to take something and use it, we're going to go here in the tool palette. So I will just open here. So right now, a program that I want us to do, I want us to do a program that will calculate percentage. Okay, I will come here and look for a button. Okay, let me look for a edit first. Here is my edit, where you are going to be putting in the values that you want to use. So the name of my edit is edit 1. So I will come here and change the name. Let's call it input. Okay. And then what else? We don't need this text that is inside here. So we have to go and look for text. Let's put this text inside here. I needed to go to name. Here is the name. It's edit 1 input. Okay, so I've cleared it. There's nothing that will be written here when the program run. And then we're going to need a button. We are going to need a button. Then let me change the name of my button. Here is name. And I just come here and change. Let's call it calculate. Calculate. Okay. And then now, so when we calculate a percentage, let's come back here in our variables and see which variable is suitable for calculating a percentage. So here we've got an integer. When we calculate a percentage, we cannot use an integer. Why? Because when we calculate percentage, we are going to divide and multiply. And when you divide, there are possibilities that the answer that you are going to get might give you a decimal number. So which one is perfect? This one, a real. A real will be perfect to calculate a percentage because a real include all types of numbers. It can be an integer, it can be rational, or it can be irrational number. Decimal or without a decimal. So this is the variable that we are going to use, a real. And then I will go back to Delphi, and then we are going to create a program that will calculate a percentage. Oh, okay, forgot something. So remember here, when we program here, we are going to have an input, process, and we need an output. So for the output, I will use a label. Then I will take my label and put it here. Put it here. This is where we are going to get the results. Okay, let me just change it to, let me just name it output. Label 1 will be output. And then we need to remove this text here. Where is the caption? Where is the caption? I'll look for the caption here. Here is the caption. No, that is not it. Where is the caption? Okay, there is the caption. Just have to remove this text. And then now we've got all the components that we need. We're going to input our numbers here. Oh, okay. I need something before I can calculate. Okay, we need to have two inputs here. Here we're going to have the number that we want to calculate. Oh, okay, let's just start with one button before we go any further. So here we're going to declare our variable var. our variable is percentage. So we're going to say C R percent is equal to a real. So because we're going to make our percent to be okay, I just got it. Okay, I was just charging my network. Okay, now it's fine. Okay, right, let me go back to Delphi. My Delphi don't want to respond for now, but it will be fine very soon. Okay, there we go. R percent is equal to real. Okay. Then when it comes here, we're supposed to put our code now. But then remember that this thing, this edit here, is going to accept a value of text. So what we need to do here, we need to convert first. We're converting from, lastly, I talk about string to float, and then I talked about float to string. I think I should just repeat that for this lesson again. Let me just explain it for 2 minutes. I won't be too long in it. Let me just explain it just for 2 minutes, because I know it becomes a problem sometimes that what are you doing now? Okay. Right now, let me come here. This thing is becoming too slow to Okay. Let me just come here. All right. So we've got string to float. To float. And then we have float. Okay, let me just make my word a little bit bigger so that it can be visible. Come on, come on, come on. Let me make it 16, make it bold. And then we've got float to string. Okay, so right now, because the edit, when it accepts values, it accepts it as string, as text. So here we're going to be performing calculations. So now when we perform calculations, we need our values here to be numbers so that we can be able to calculate. So that's why we're taking them from being a string to a float, from text to numbers, and then float to string here. That's when we have to print out our results. When we print out our results, they should be in a form of a string of text. So again, when we print out here, we're gonna have to change them from numbers to text so that we can be able to print. Otherwise, if we print it like this as numbers, we're going to get an error. Okay, let me go back to my program. Okay, now, so we need to calculate the percentage. RPS is equals to, calling our variable now, is equals to string to float. Now we are converting them. So we are going to be using the number that you are going to put on the edit is the one that we need here. We called our edit is input. Input. If you might be sometimes surprised, why am I saying input? This 8 here is the one that we're going to put our number in. So we're going to come here and look for its name. I have named it, come down here. I have named it input. So that's why I'm putting the input there. Input dot text, because we're going to put values of text there. And then close this bracket. And then a percentage will divide, you are going to divide the number over a certain number, and then you are going to get a percentage. And then divide. So what is the number that we are going to divide with? Let me come here and put another edit. So here on this edit, let's say this edit, we're going to name it total. Total. Let me remove this text here. Remove text. Total. Then here we've got name. Let's name it total. Why am I naming this total? So we're going to have two numbers here. We are going to put a number here. Maybe let's say the test was out of 10. Maybe you got 5. You are going to put the 5 here. And then you are going to put the 10 here because the test was out of 10. So here you are going to put the total of the test, and then here you are going to put the mark that you have obtained in the test. All right. Okay, and then here we come to divide. Divide by total. So divide by, so even this one as well, even this one as well, we're gonna have to divide it. So here we need one more variable. Let's say, okay, let's not put another variable. Let's say divide by string to float. Bracket, we're converting the other one. We named it total. We named it total. And then have to close the bracket. Okay, I forgot dot text. Dot text, and then you close the bracket. And then what else do? You multiply by 100 when you are converting. You multiply, if you are converting to percentage, multiply by 100, and then close. And now we close our program. What is left now? We have to print. We have to print. And then where are we going to be printing? We are going to be printing to our label. The name of our label, we named it output. Here it is. And here is the name. Where is the name? Where is the name? Here is the name. It's output. So we want to get our result now. Here is the process. Now we want to get our results. So output, output dot caption. Dot caption is equal to, will be equal to, remember at the beginning we have converted from string to float. And what we need to print here should be a string. All we have now is float. So we have to convert now from float to string. We're going backwards. Float should be float to string. Open bracket. And then what are we printing now? Our percentage, R percent. R percent, and then I will say plus, so that it can print this thing, 1, 2. So when I'm doing like this, it will write anything that is string. So when I'm putting like this, I will put this percent thing so that it can print it out there when it take out the answer. So, okay, right now I am done. So I have to close the bracket. Okay, let me close the brackets here. Close the brackets here. And then I will print. So, print and then close my program. Let me run it and see. Do we have an error? I think I see this red thing here. Where does the error come from? Where does the error come from? Where does the error come from? Okay, caption dot open string to float. Okay. Oh. Where does this bracket come from now? Put this by mistake there. Okay, our program is running. Let's see, let's say you got 5 out of 10. How many percent is that? So here we get our result. This is 50%. Let's say, do another calculation, you got 25. Let's say 25 out of 50. Out of 50. Okay, still 50%. Let's say you say you got 25 out of 60. Out of 60. Boom, there comes a problem. So this is what I wanted to work with. So right now we need to try to find a solution for this answer. At least we want an answer that will be of 2 decimal numbers. So how are we going to do that? We're going to come here. So here we can fix the number to the number of decimals that we want. How do we do that? Here, when we convert here on float to string, we can put F so that the answer that we get here should be fixed. And then we come here to our answer, we say comma, FF fixed. No, sorry, fixed. And then we say comma, let's just put 6 numbers, and then here we put 2 numbers. So here, these 2 means that the answer that we are going to get after the comma should have 2 decimal numbers. Let's run it and see. say 20, you got 20 on the test out of, let's say 45, because it will give us a decimal number. You see, right now, let's repeat that same one we did before. It was 25, it was 25, no, 25 out of 40, when I remember very well, out of 40. So every time now when we get an answer, it will have two numbers after the decimal. Okay, so this is what you do. Even if you were converting an integer or an integer to a string, you are going to put this F here to show that your answer now, you want it to be fixed, FF fixed. And then one thing I want to emphasize again, when you declare a variable, make sure that it is a word that you are going to remember. Number two, it is none of the words that used in Delphi. For example, you say uses or you need or type. Those numbers, those words are not supposed to be used. Or for example, you say var when you declare your variable here. This word must be unique. And here, mostly when you see most programs, maybe when they declare an integer, they will just come here and say, let me say, okay, let's just do another program here. Let's just put another button here and calculate something else. So what can we calculate now? What can you calculate now? Let's just do a program that will convert currency. Currency conversion. We just come here, put another edit here, or I can just put another button. Make things simple. Let me just put another button here. And then we are going to convert here currency so that we can be able, I want to emphasize the use of this FF fixed thing, because we know that a currency have two small numbers. Let me come here, change the name of my button here, name it currency. Okay, so in this button, we're going to be taking information from here and displaying it in our edit. So let's say we want to convert from rands to dollars. We're going to declare a variable here. So even currency as well, currency is going to be declared as a real. Say R real, R rand, because we're going to convert from rands to dollars, is equal to real. Is equals to real. And then, so to get, we know that a conversion from rand to pounds, the amount is around 15 rand. Let's just use 15 rand. So it will be R rand is equal to, so we are going to be using the edits again, and then we have to convert them again. So from string to float. String to float. And then which edit are we going to be using? Let's use the first one. its name is input.text. Input.text. Then we close the bracket, we close here, input.text. So here we're going to put to receive the number that we are going to put in there. So this is the edit that will receive the number, and then we're going to say multiply. Is it multiply or divide? If we are from rands to dollars, from rands to dollars, it will divide. So we're going to say divide by 15. Divide by 15, and we're done. Come here, we print. Let's use something else to print so that you can be used to these things. Let's just use a rich edit text now. A rich edit text, because here we've already used a label to print. If we want to, we can print to a label. If we want to, we can print to a rich edit text. Anything. Okay, let me start by printing into the label. Our label name is output dot caption is equals to, see, now we've converted this to be numbers. Right now we have to take it back to text. So we're going to say float to string f. Now we're putting f because we want it to be fixed. Then open the bracket. What are we going to print? We are going to print the amount in rands. We're going to put the amount in rands. And then after that, we want our amount to have, let me put this here. Say we want our rand to have the rand sign. Say R, then open space here, come here, concatenate, and then plus rand. Okay, we're done. So we can close our program now. Okay, forgot something. Let me start by doing this. Okay, let me start by doing this so that we can see our decimal numbers. So I will say FF fixed because we want it to be fixed, and then 6, 2. And then we close our program. Let's close the program and see what we are going to get. Let's wait for it to run. Say 34 currency, which means we're going to get how many pounds? If we got 34 rand, this is the pounds we're going to get. So here, let's write the name of the currency. Let's write the name of the currency. To put in the name of the currency, we need to come here and say plus. Remember, right now it is a string. We need to put it inside quotation marks. Let's say pounds. Pounds, let's print it out and see. Okay, waiting for my program to run. It's running now. Let's put 50 rand. So you are going to get 33 pounds. So here, this is the thing that I'm trying to emphasize here. Okay, we can open some space here. And then if we put 1 here, let's see what is going to happen. We put 1 there. Let's see what's going to happen. £46, converting it to pound. You see, because now we've put 1 there, we're going to have 1 decimal. See if we can put 5. Let's put 5. It will depend on our number. If it gives us an answer that has that many decimal numbers, then we're going to get 5 decimal numbers after the comma. Okay, my program is a bit slower. Okay, it comes now. It is running now. Let's put a 77. Okay, you see, after the comma now, I've got 5 numbers because there I have put the 5. Okay, let's take it back to 2 because a currency can only have 2 numbers after the decimal. Let's do something a bit challenging like calculating. Let's convert temperature. We're going to add another button here. We're going to convert from degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay, I'm looking for the button here. Where is the button? I'm going to put another button here. Okay, right now, let's use a different method of printing. Let's use another thing to print. So let me rename my button here. My button needs a name. What will be the name of my button? Where's the name? Okay. So we're going to call it temperature. Temp to save time. And then let's take a rich edit text. Where is it? It's under Win32. There we go. Okay. And then I have to change. I want to remove this text here. So when I remove this text here, we are looking for lines. Where is lines? Come here, press here. And then we need to remove this text and then press OK. Okay, we don't have a text anymore. So we go to temperature now. We want to convert from degrees Celsius to degrees Fahrenheit. Let's say, what are we going to need here? Even here, we're going to need a real. Okay, after this, I want us to find a scenario where we can do something different because we have been using a real too much. So now we can say rtemp is equals to real. Then I can close here. Okay. And then, so, okay, let me start here. So you see here, I have been converting my things while I'm calculating. But if you want to, you can just convert the edits, these two, before you can calculate. But in this situation here, we have to convert it while we are calculating. So I will just say rtemp equals to float to string, yeah, no, string to float, open bracket. We're converting that edit, so string to float, and then I will say what is the name of the edit that we want to convert, or its input. I remember input dot text, then we close it here, we close it. Then the formula says minus 32. Oh, okay, I think we have to put this inside brackets because it will do something that we inside brackets, because we're going to do multiplication here. We need both mass brackets, and then it will be 5 divided by 9. Then we close. So now we have to print it out. To print this out, we are going to use our label, which is we are going to use the rich edit text now. So it will be rich edit. How is it written? Because it is like this: edit 1 dot lines dot add. Okay, we need brackets here. Dot lines dot add. So everything that we're going to print will be here. So we need to convert before we print. So it will be string to float, float to string now. Float to string F, because we want our answer to be fixed. Then I will open a bracket. Open a bracket here. What do we want to print? We want to print the temperature. So we're going to say rtemp, and then we need to put a comma here, and then ff fixed, then comma 8, let's say 8, change the number, 8 point, how many decimal? We want 2 decimals. And then we can close this bracket. And then let's see what is going to happen. Okay, or maybe let's make it and then say plus Celsius. Degrees Celsius. Okay, so right now I'm getting an error. This is because it is a string. A string needs to be inside quotation marks. Put another quotation mark here, and let's go. Why is it breaking? Is there anything wrong? Okay, let's see this one. Breaking. Okay, let me check here. There might be something wrong. Lines.add, we have got, okay, we have this bracket here, closing here. We've got this bracket here, closing here, or maybe it doesn't want. Okay, let me see what it is going to do when we print with the edit, with the output, say output, or it doesn't want my brackets there, but I don't think so. Let me see. Output dot, check the error first. What is the error here? What is the error here? Okay, we've got this. We've put our F here. We're printing our temperature. And then we've closed this inside here. And then what is the problem? Okay, let's run it again and see. Okay, is not a valid float point value. Is not a valid float point value. Which one is not a valid float point value? Dot lines dot end float to string. We did everything right here. Okay, let me print with this one and see what will happen. See what will happen. Output dot caption dot okay, dot caption. What did I do here? Dot caption will be equals to, we need to convert this. It will float to string, then bracket. We need to print what our temperature, our temp, and then, oh, okay, I forgot something. We want it to be fixed here. We have to put this F here if we want it to be fixed. And then we are going to put FF fixed. Then after it, let's say comma 8 comma, we want 2 decimal numbers, and then we can close our bracket, and then plus, and then degrees. Let's just write the degrees like we wrote here. 8 degrees Celsius. Write all of it. I need to close this bracket that I have opened here. Okay, the bracket is closed. Let me just run it and see. Okay, it's running. Temperature still breaking. Okay. Let me remove this bracket here and see what is going to happen. This bracket here and see what is going to happen. No, I'm removing the wrong one. Okay, even though it will give us a wrong answer, but I just want to see whether the bracket is not the problem or what. What's going on? Okay. Our real is real. Okay, I think our formula might be giving us problems because here we have converted here, and there is our temperature, here is our printout, and then it doesn't want to give the correct results. Okay, let me say to this program, or maybe it's another problem that I'm aware of. Let's see here if the previous program still runs. Okay, let me check here. See this one. All right, maybe there is a problem somewhere. Okay. First here. Maybe I have pressed something on the other programs. But then guys, all these codes are correct. I don't know where is the problem now. Let me remove this, but it cannot be the variable. Okay. We just take this whole thing out and see. So run it. Maybe I have pressed something somewhere by mistake. So now I've got 2 errors. This procedure must be out. Take out procedure. Okay. All right, but we have seen all of our programs we're running beside the last one. We're going to continue on the next lesson with variables. We're going to get more and more into variables. I just felt that there is a need to repeat what we are, to just go deeper on what we were doing last week. So next week I will be introducing, on our next lesson, I will be introducing more and more variables, because today we have worked mostly with string. So on our next lesson, we're going to work with integers, characters, strings, and all the other variables. So thank you guys for, thank you so much for tuning in. You guys are the best. If you have any questions, you can email me at mtobisisaqolo@gmail.com. Thank you. Bye.